Good shot. The highly anticipated return of the Harrows Quadro 240 dartboard. The video begins right now. All right, guys, here we go. It is back, finally. I wasn't sure if Harrows was ever going to remake this classic dartboard, but it's here, and I'm super happy about it. The Harrows Quadro 240 dartboard with the famous additional quad segment where each number is worth 4 times the amount if you can hit that tiny little quad segment. So here in just a second, I'm going to give you the quick backstory, the quick history, how this board came to be about. But first, I just want to let you know, I did end up picking it up at Dart Shopper in the Netherlands. And the reason why I bought it there is because they have the cheapest shipping for heavy items here to the United States. I think I paid $12.90 for the FedEx shipping. Showed up remarkably quick. And yeah, I was just super happy. I wasn't even expecting it. I was supposed to get it sometime next week, but showed up in about 3 days flat. Couldn't be more happy with that. So I'm gonna have a link down below, take you over to Dart Shopper. You can check out the Quadro 240 board or any of the other new products from Harrow's recent launch. So you guys ready for this? Where did this board come about? I know probably a lot of you new players probably have never seen it before and you're wondering, oh, what the heck is this anyway? So going back like over 30 years ago, there was trouble brewing in the BDO. So there was the split in darts where a bunch of players left and they came up with the World Dart Council, the WDC. Now, one of their events, one of their tournaments was the Matchplay. And in 1993, that is when the Harrows Quadro 240 was introduced. The tournament ran for 4 years. There was 3 different winners. The first 2 years, Dennis Priestley won, 93, 94. Then there was Alan Warner. And finally, in the final year, 1996, it was won by Phil Taylor. So during the entirety of the event, the 4 years, there were several players to hit a maximum 240 score. 3 of them, which I happen to have on video right here on the channel. So if you just go to the YouTube description box, type in Quadro 240, yeah, you're gonna see at least 3 of my videos there. There was Phil Taylor, Jamie Harvey, and Jockey Wilson. So those 3 players hit a 240 on video. Now, the highest checkout possible on this dartboard is a 210. During that tournament, Phil Taylor had the highest checkout ever at 188. So I'm not quite sure what he did there, but yeah, highest checkout from Phil Taylor at 188. So, hey, I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I've been waiting like decades. I've been in Harrow's ear, bugging them, at least for the last 10 years, wondering if they're ever going to come out with this. So yeah, they finally did. It's a blade wire version, as you guys are about to see. And I think it's awesome. I think a lot of the older players as well will probably really want to pick this one up. The newer players, I don't know what you guys are going to think about this, but hey, I'm pretty excited, to be honest with you. So let's get into it, guys. The Harrows Quadro 240. It's kind of a review, kind of not. You'll see. Let's go. All right, guys, so I know you're all anxious to see me bash in a 240. That's coming at the end of the video, but let me show you the packaging here. We'll take a close-up look at the dartboard, measure some segments, and get it hung up on the wall, throw some darts at it. But again, I have to give a shout out to Dart Shopper. If you're in the United States and you're looking to order heavy items, like a dartboard, for example, maybe a surround, maybe even a lighting system, they have the cheapest shipping options as far as heavy items goes. Cannot be beat. And on top of that, some of the quickest shipping in the business. I ordered this board Tuesday, October 29th. It showed up at my doorstep Friday, November 1st, exactly 3 days later. I don't know how they do it. 3 days from the Netherlands to the United States. That's awesome. So yeah, for heavy items, they simply cannot be beat. But there's the Quadro 240 box. We've got some pictures here. And, you know, I'm just really excited that they use the blade wiring system. They could have... you know, they could have cut corners, used the old round wiring system from the 90s, but awesome that they have the blade wiring system. And here, I guess you could pause the video, but they have the quad scoring segments there and the scores. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So there's the box. And finally, There it is, guys. There is the Harrows Quadro 240 board with that tiny, tiny Quadro segment there. Hey, best part is this board under 100 US dollars. If you look at the old eBay prices from some of the other Quadro, the old OG Quadro boards, yeah, something like 300 pounds. They were going for ridiculous money. So yeah, it's finally nice to be able to own one of these things without breaking the bank. So yeah, there it is, guys. Now I'm gonna go into the next clip. I'm gonna show you a close-up of this board. We'll take a close-up of the segments, and I'm gonna measure some segments. However, I want you to keep this in mind before we take the close-up look. This is a novelty dartboard. So if you're expecting the same quality that you're gonna see in a Winmore Blade 6 triple core, the 180 G3 Plus, yeah, the quality is just not going to be the same. This is kind of a generic board with the addition of the novelty quad segment. So keep that in mind as we go into the next clip and take a close-up look at the segments here. It's not perfect, but still at the end of the day, I think it's an awesome board, and I've been waiting literally decades to hang this up on my wall. So pretty excited about this one, to be honest. So yeah, let's go into the next clip, close-up look, and then measure some segments, and I promise, gotta end the video with a 240, right? I wouldn't even upload this video if I didn't hit a 240. So yeah, here we go. Close-up look. Okay, guys, it is time for a close-up look of the Harrows Quadro 240 board. I'm going handheld here, but I'm going to keep the board just as steady as possible. And there is your famous Quadro ring, each segment worth 4 times the amount of the number. I think that's pretty cool. And there is the most famous of them all, the Quad 20 segment. You fill that up, that's worth 240 points. So before we do the close-up, kind of once around here, just keep this in mind. Right there, that's an HD camera pointed at this dartboard. I'm going to be literally inches away. I don't think you're going to see too many of these imperfections when you're standing over 7 feet 9 and some change away. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But as we come in a little bit closer here, you're going to definitely see some biscuit marks all over this board. You're going to see some paint imperfections, as you see there. And just kind of, we're going to pan around. I'll let you guys make up your own mind. The wires, a little bit raised here. I don't know if they got pushed in quite all the way, but they are, the spider, a little bit raised anyway. My board came with a thumbprint. I guess that's a thumbprint on the 16 segment. That's how it came out of the box. So again, just not perfect here. You see all the sisal biscuits that are pushed together. There's kind of some gaps. And if we get right in there close, there's like a huge hole where this spider was pushed in there. Kind of hard to see, but again, not the most perfectly aesthetically pleasing board. Got some biscuit marks in the Quad 19 segment. The bullseye here, although it is centered, the paint kind of overlapped there. I don't know, it is what it is, right? Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, it's not the cheapest board, but again, you know, it's a novelty board. You do pay a little bit extra from time to time for novelty items. I think it's pretty cool at the end of the day. Little sisal missing from my double 18 up there. Kind of a lot missing there, but that's what it is. It is what it is, guys. Metal number ring. I absolutely love the metal number ring. I would actually use this metal number ring on other boards of mine, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, there's a close-up look. Let me know what you think. But there is the Harrows Quadro 240. Positives, though, I got to remind you, this is not a 300-pound board, $300 board. It's just awesome that we can finally get a Harrows Quadro for a respectable price and avoid those ridiculous eBay prices, right? And this, regardless of the quality of this board, how it's made, it is miles, miles better than the old round wire version from the 1990s. So there's a close-up look. Let's grab the calipers. Time to measure just a couple segments, then we'll get this thing hung up on the wall. All right, here we go. So I have the digital calipers. We're going to measure some segments here. And I tell you what, this is so hard to record myself measuring segments on video. I'd say difficulty level 7.5 out of 10. But as you see, everything's going to be upside down. Well, of course, unless I flip it in editing, which I might do. But as far as the width of all the segments, the doubles, the trebles, the quad segments, the width, pretty standard, pretty typical compared to other brands on the market. We're going to start with the original 20 segment here. And let's check the width. It's like 9.4 first time I checked. Yeah, so there, yeah, again, I hope you can see that. 9.4 millimeters wide on the treble 20. Now you may be wondering about the quad. Now I went around, checked a few of the quads. I'm not going to do them all on video. They were generally a little bit thinner as far as width goes compared to the trebles. So the quad, right about 9.2, 9.21 there. What you're probably wondering though, what about the width this way? So all the treble segments along the top wire, the width is 32 millimeters. The bottom wire, 30 millimeters. Now the quad, so much more small. The top wire width on the quad segments, 18 millimeters wide. The bottom wire, 16 millimeters wide. So all in all, I would say the quad segments, very similar in area to the bullseye. I think your chances of hitting 3 in the bullseye or 3 in the quad segment got to be pretty much identical. They're very similar in size anyway. So I guess we'll just check one more segment. I'm not going to spend a lot of time measuring a bunch of different segments. Look at that double 18. Pretty healthy there. What was that? 9.51 millimeters wide on that double 18. Treble 18 is... so yeah, they're all pretty much the same. What's that? 9.39 there. And then the quad 18, 72 points right here I'm measuring. Yeah, all right, so 9.27. Again, the quad, a little bit thinner, but I mean, we're just talking micro fractions of a millimeter. So I guess we'll do the bullseye while we're here, right? Might as well. This thing is about the size of a pie plate. Bullseye is huge on this board. It is, wow, 13.19 millimeters wide in the 25. So for all you mathematicians out there, check the area of the bullseye and then compare it to the quad segment and then comment down below. So 3166 width of the 25. So there you have it, guys. There's the sizes. This quad might be challenging to hit, but I got a little trick up my sleeve. I'm going to break out the Frankenstein. So let's get this hung up on the wall. Have a few throws. All right, guys, here we go. So I'm going to make this quick. I don't want to ramble on too much. I know you guys want to see the 240. Yes, I did manage to hit one. No way I'm going to upload a Harrows Quadro 240 dartboard video, not hit a 240. So that's coming here in just a few minutes. I was pretty excited to hit one. First time in my life ever hitting a 240. Happened to just capture it on video as well. So bonus to all of us. But yeah, we got the Frankensteins here. These things group incredibly tight. Yeah, when it's time to get serious, I use the Frankenstein darts. So yeah, a few throws. Now again, reminder, if you're buying this board and you're going to nitpick the quality, well, I don't think you should have expected it to be an amazing Blade 6 triple core quality to begin with. It's not that. It's a novelty board. So, but with that being said, I'll tell you what. So much fun. And did I just start off with 80 points? Yes, I did. Just a novelty board, guys. But I tell you what, for us older folks, older guys like me that actually remember the tournaments back in the day, man, what a throwback. So much fun. Oh, yeah. That wasn't even close on the second dart. What's that, a 1-0 or 112, I guess. A scorer's nightmare. If you can't keep track of score with a normal dartboard, forget about it with this thing, right? 80 and 20, 112. Hey, so even when you miss, you can still score pretty good. Funny enough, all right, here's a take that I have on this board. It's kind of like a practice board and a normal board all combined into one because you have to focus so hard on these smaller quad segments. When you actually look up or down to the regular treble segments, they look huge. So it's kind of like a practice board, regular board, all built in one. Oh, and for those of you wondering, the best leg of darts in 501, you can now hit on a quad board, 7-darter. So you would go 240, that would leave 261, and then you would hit quad, quad, treble 17 to leave 50, and then you could take out 50 on your 7th dart. So yeah, 7-darter, now possible. Not going to be done by me, but I kind of wonder, I mean, they're going to bring this board back maybe for the Modus Super Series. I'd love to see some professionals or maybe some semi-pros play on this board. I think it'd be awesome. We need a little switching up, don't we? Ooh, that was for the bull. This Bullseye, by the way, huge. Absolutely huge. But if a tournament came about where we could watch players throw on the Quadro 240 board, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? And I can still definitely hit 26s down below. Let's go. Cover shot on the Quad 19. It's so strange throwing in that area of the dartboard, and I talk about it again at the end of the video. I ramble on a little bit, but yeah, just throwing in that general vicinity. So difficult. All right, Quad 18 cover, yes. Well, yeah, can we say fourth dart saver? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Third dart quad saver. 72 on the last dart. All right. A little bit low. There it is. Oh, a lot of fun though. It really is. Unreal. Just something new, something different. And I actually look forward to playing count-up games like cricket count-up. You can now add the quad segment. I play baseball. There's a popular game here in the United States where they use an American board, but you can play it on this dartboard, just baseball. So 1 through 9, you kind of count your scores as you go. The addition of the quad segment going to be kind of cool. Also, just a rumor, but I think Dart Connect will now have cricket featuring a quad button. So I use Dart Connect for a lot of my matches, Match Day Monday. Yeah, I think they're going to be able to use a quad board and have that quad button so you can quad the amount of points. So yeah, that's going to be pretty wild. Completely changes up the games, right? We'll do one more throw here. I can't wait to put in a little more time on this board, but it is going to be fun. And at the end of the day, because it's different, I think we're going to play more, practice a little more. I know I sure will be. So maybe because I'm just practicing, put it up there one more time. But yeah, maybe because I'm practicing on a different style of board, putting in that extra time, maybe it will improve my game. Time will tell, right? There it is, quad 20 on the last dart. So hey, let's roll into the first 240 I've ever hit in my life. I was pretty excited about it. And we'll do a quick, well, it's not gonna be quick. I rambled at the end of the video like I'm rambling now. Enjoy this 240, guys. Here we go. Oh, that's it right there on the afternoon, November 2nd, 3:57 in the afternoon. That is the first 240 I have ever hit in my life. I guess that gets a big boom. Wow. All right, so make sure you be able to see this. That was one of the darts. There's the other. And that third one, or I don't know what order that was, but there it is, tucked into the right-hand corner of the quad 240. And to be honest, it wasn't all that bad. Like, I've been recording now 7 minutes, 8 seconds. I recorded a little bit earlier for about nine minutes, and a little bit before that for about 6 minutes. I was just checking different camera angles. So yeah, hey, we got it done, guys. I hope you enjoyed the close-up look of the newly released Harrows Quadro or Quadro 240 board. Man, that was a fun video to make. If you enjoyed this one, thumbs up, always appreciated. However, you guys know, hey, leave a comment, give me some feedback, let me know what you think. Overall, I mean, yeah, I thought it was pretty good, you know, it's just such a throwback. And I think this is going to be more targeted towards the older crowd, maybe. I mean, I appreciate it because I do remember those tournaments from back in the 90s. What else? Reminder, link down below in the pinned comment is going to take you over to Dart Shopper because of Up the Board, or hey, any of the other new products that Harrows just came out with. So you're probably wondering, all right, who would you recommend this to? Again, I think the older crowd's going to gravitate towards it, kind of a throwback to the old school days. But here's what I noticed just trying to hit that 240 that you just watched. Man, laser focus. So is it going to make you a better player? Probably not, but it may help increase your focus just because it's a different area of the dartboard. Oh, and that reminds me, since I actually just did hit that 240, how difficult is it to hit? It's not necessarily the size of the segment, it's the location. There's no muscle memory in that area of the dartboard. So you're not looking in that area of the dartboard, you're not trying to hit that area. So it was just the location that was throwing me off personally. Like with a practice board, the treble is much smaller. The trebles and doubles or the bullseyes, they're much smaller, right? But they're still in the same place. You're still throwing, you have muscle memory. Here, with a quad segment, no matter where you're throwing, it is so weird throwing in that direction. There's no muscle memory. So best thing I can say about that. It is difficult to hit. I mean, it's a tiny segment. I would probably equate it to possibly hitting a 180 on a practice board, or maybe hitting 3 in the bullseye. Kind of about the same level of difficulty, although, hey, if you got a set of Frankensteins, makes things a little bit easier, right? When it's time to get serious, I break out the Frankensteins with these 66mm points. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek, guys. I've got the Frankensteins being made right now. The no lip Frankensteins. Quick little picture over here, up above. That's them. They're gonna be available for sale here probably next couple of months. So maybe right after Christmas, right around Christmas. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but Frankenstein's coming soon. So, hey, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I could ramble on all day. I recommend it though. I love it. I think it's a great little novelty board. Highly recommend it to anyone that wants one. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's go, guys. Later.